They said gray paved the way, changed the rain, released the pain, least you sane, getting paid, trend setting, brighter days, doper rap, tight as sets, high and deadly, I'm a fighter jet, journey.
What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? It's the OG Boricua Dandada. I'm here with Muffins the Grouch because he's been complaining about everything and he's trying to smile, but he's really been on my last nerve for the last 2 hours. But he kind of messed it up because I wanted to come in here, say this, and then put the position to take it this way, but he found out. But I'm gonna let this man introduce himself and then take us into how we're gonna talk this podcast because I'm gonna be the sidekick today. Hey. So my man, please introduce yourself. Muffins the Grouch does not get to introduce himself today, and you lead us into it.
Oh, we're gonna make me do it. Okay. I just swing things. So, hey, like this is my first time partying here. Like last time I got invited, work like threw a wrench and everything. I didn't get home till like 11. So, for those of you not in the know, I am Rob K. With me, Muffins, Bodie, Urban Wrestling Network, talking a little bit of MLW while it's still on hiatus, but we kind of ran through some talking points, and we're gonna hit them up at least briefly, and we'll work from there. So we're gonna start off with what, World Championship? Is that where we want to start off with? All right,
I'm with it.
All right. Never say never. Alex Kane is cashing in his Battle Riot opportunity against the world champion, Alexander Hammerstone, who's all better now, evidently going to be medically cleared by the time this rolls around. Yeah. So what do we think about that? Like, I'm excited for it. I think this is going to be kind of a changing of the guard moment. Hammerstone's kind of run his course. I say this as a big Hammer fan. I feel like his reign's been going on for quite some time, and I think it's kind of time to, strap on Kane, who's been getting like killer reaction from the crowd, and with all seriousness. So like I definitely feel like now is the time to do it because Bomaye is for the people.
Yep. You know what? I'm going to talk because he's in a weird position because he's your Alexander Hammerstone super fan, right? Like, but he also. He's a fan of Alex Kane as well. But he also, this is the crazy part with Muffins, is we interviewed him a little while ago when he was the national openweight champ. Bomaye Fight Club was starting to position himself. And he kept telling Alex Kane he should slow down, right? Like, there's no way you should try to go for the heavyweight. You got to earn your shit. And he kept telling him, I got like the battery on my back. Like, let's get it in. So now in less than a year, that has happened, and like I said before, that he's going to be, to me, the next, and I said this before, and I want to say it and explain it better than I did last time. Alex Kane, to me, is the next Hammerstone and Fatu, and I'm not saying he's going to be that exactly like that. He's going to be the first Alexander Kane. But I think when you think MLW, you think Hammerstone, you think Fatu, don't matter who goes 1-1, who goes 2. I think Alex Kane is taking that position. I'm the next big MLW guy. And not for nothing, Alex Kane can out-talk Alexander Hammerstone any day of the week. I think he's the perfect person to, once again, when you're going into this away from reels and dealing with fight, because I think Never Say Never is the first live pay-per-view, right? They're doing that on Fight Network?
Yep. Okay.
Fight
Plus.
So there you go, Fight Plus. So I'm thinking, what better transition to starting fresh, right? Like, so you're going in with that guy for that live, and not for nothing, in Philly, that is a Hammerstone crowd, but they became a Bomaye Fight Club crowd because you heard over the lads, he walked around and that crowd is all about him. So it's obviously Alex Kane all day. I don't want to see Alexander Hammerstone with a belt as for the same duration as Fatu had no belt either. Because it took Fatu, he still don't have a belt right now. So it's been a while since being a top dog and then being in a mix of what is going on with Fatu. So I want to see Hammerstone kind of take that role, let other people get belts, move back up, and then, refresh himself and be the guy that we all like at Alexander Hammerstone. Muffins, talk to me real quick because I know you're gonna throw some bullshit out there.
No. I when you were talking right now, I saw this vision in my head.
Are you wearing a college baseball or football team? The Houston
right.
what?
Houston Cougars, baby.
Are you kidding me? That team is trash. You're gonna jump.
Mind your business, bro. Like I was saying, when you were talking, I saw this premonition in my head, and my brain just got foggy, and I saw what's going to happen at the main event at the ECW arena. Alex Kane is going to go for the pin. He's going to go 1, 2. The lights are going to turn off. Then the lights are going to come back up again, and it's going to be our boy, Redify Air. You know what I'm talking about. Richard Holliday coming back to screw Kane and form back the dynasty with Alexander Hammerstone. Right there that night, I just saw it in my head. Premonition. It just came about. Whoop.
All right. Hold on. You can't just throw some random shit out there.
Hey
like
man,
that
you told me I'm talking. It just happened when you was. I just saw it. In my head, just popped.
But he's gone,
dude. They come back. People leave. People come back.
I would love this and hate it.
Yeah, I love Holliday.
Yes.
And obviously he, especially with what he's gone through, he's earned to come back in on the top. But on the flip side, this is total Court being Carney kind of thing. I don't think this necessarily adds anything to like Hammerstone's reign or anything like that. I don't know. After what happened previously, I'm not sure. I want to see Holliday screw over Kane to help Hammer out, even if he spins it to say like, no, it's just only I may take the title. Like, I feel it's done. I feel like if the lights are going to go out, it's going to be the calling, which I'm not high on seeing interfere either.
Oh man!
Well, listen, Chef knows that I'm a humongous old-fashioned guy when it comes to wrestling, especially the days of the territories. And what's lacking in wrestling now is missing somebody. Like you miss someone. Like we have Hammerstone been there for 2 years as the champion now, but we never miss anybody anymore because nobody goes anywhere. So hopefully, if Kane does win and becomes the champion, Hammerstone will just disappear for a couple of months, where you kind of go like, damn, what happened to Hammerstone? Still be on the contract, but just kind of take a nice vacation, 1 month, 2 months. And you kind of start wondering, like what happened to Hammerstone? And then all like that, 2 months later, 3 months later, you see Hammerstone comes back. And you kind of like, oh shit, he was here, and you kind of miss those guys because they were always there for a storyline or 2 storylines, 3 months. Then they'll go and defend the title somewhere else for a couple of months. Then they come back, and you kind of go like, "Oh shit, I missed this dude." So that's what I've been like in wrestling now. And when you miss people, because they're always there, it's the same feuds every week, the same damn matches, the same shit every time, and you kind of like again, especially like Monday Night Raw. It's the same damn people wrestling. The Judgment Day against LWO. How many times you gonna give us a damn match every damn week? You get bored of it.
I think the hard part of that is it's such a small roster. How do you have him off of it real quick? You know what I mean? Like,
if he's gonna lose, like we know he's gonna lose the title coming up at the show. I'm not saying he's gonna lose, but we're pretty sure have a feeling that he's gonna lose. And then you have him go out for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, that he's not on the show, and you kind of go like, oh shit, what happened to Hammerstone? Like with Jacob Fatu will go for a couple of months, and then he came back with the SST, and you're like, oh shit, he brought people with him. Mance Warner, he was gone for a year or whatever, 2 years, and then just popped up like that. You get interest back in the company and wrestlers when they're gone for a while, and you kind of miss them.
Well, and even with a small roster, I mean, the way the taping schedule usually is, it's not that hard for people to, disappear, which again kind of like goes into, sidebar of like why sometimes like storylines either drag on or just mysteriously disappear. It just, the time taken in between. But, if you're out like one set of tapings, you can be out for, a month, 2 months, and then come back ready to go for the next. So I don't wholly disagree with him just even like missing one set of tapings. Like Lord knows he's earned some time off should he choose to take time off, or can let him go work with some fresh folks around the country.
Well, and hopefully now when they come back to this new, another re-beginning again, because this time the new show coming up on July for the review. Hopefully they'll go to some kind of every 2 weeks type of taping, when they'll go somewhere every 2 weeks. Like Impact is doing now. Impact is Impact is on the road every 2 weeks. They're in a different city, in a different state, different country, and you see the tapings every 2 weeks, and you don't get bored of it because everything is new, and you don't see it on the dirt sheets anymore. Like another freaking 2 month taping. Well, we already know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Impact's creative is terrible.
Oh yeah, the creative is horrible. But the idea that they now have gone for the 3 month marathon taping from when you used to go there and on the Impact Zone to now bi-weekly, every 2 weeks there's somewhere, or every 3 weeks, that's good, But yeah, it's horrible what they're doing with half of the writing that they do. But we can all agree that Alex Kane will be the champion coming up at the show. And hopefully,
your whole thing is hit the lights, have him arguably
get screwed by Richard Holliday. Dynasty's back together again, and everything.
I like Rob's theory. I don't like your theory.
Hey man, like I said, it's his theory.
But I don't like my theory either.
I like Rob's point of view on your shitty theory.
Hey man, that's why it's called our point of view. So whatever. Whatever.
It's time he loses the belt, and that's that. And that's
your
boy Hammerstone, not my boy Hammerstone.
Well, and we spoke about this. He's been horribly with some feuds, horrible feuds that he's got into. That just like the only good one in the last year that he's had has been with Holliday. Before Holliday,
that was fire.
Yeah. And they were going somewhere with that, and we all thought Holliday was going to win the title, and then we found out why he didn't win the title, and you kind of go like, damn, like shit. And now he's gone, like you said, but in good terms, like he might come back in the future, hopefully.
Now, I would love to see him back, but I would also love to see him, spread his wings, do his thing, and keep growing because Richard Holliday on any company could be a star. It's kind of the worker he is.
Except AEW, because AEW so damn watered down, man. They just, I don't know, man. I'm getting bored of the writing too there, how they're doing the shit now too.
I haven't watched in a while. I
watch it every Wednesday just to see maybe.
Homie, you watch wrestling 7 days a week.
Yeah, that's true. Even when I'm in bed.
You muted yourself. I don't know how you muted yourself, but next topic, sir, please. Good. We finally get the old guy to stop talking.
Hey, there we go. Let's see, which way do we want to take this? Well, since we're still talking about title matches, the next big announcement is Taya Valkyrie defending the featherweight championship against Delmi Exo, the God Queen. And this one, I feel like this one's even more of a lock just because of Taya's situation with AEW, that we're finally going to see a title change there, which also and I do say not blowing smoke, I am a fan of Taya, but her reign's been meh to me, just cursory, this person shows up, talks some smack, 2 weeks later they get beaten, move along. And and the way the featherweight division's been set up, they could use some fresh blood in there, because we have at least in terms of television product, we haven't seen Delmi in nearly 2 years. since she was her and her sister were kind of the cornerstones of the new featherweight division. And so I'm hoping this is going to be a fresh start. I won't hold my breath because MLW's roster is so small as it is, but like I would like to see like a regular rotation of women to bolster that featherweight division rather than be kind of a monster of the week situation.
You got to unmute yourself if you want to speak. You got to unmute yourself. Why do you do this? Every time we do a podcast, you mute yourself.
It's not my fault. That's the computer, man. Anyways,
it's not your fault. Your computer don't mute itself.
It's the computer. Leave me alone. What I'm upset about this about MLW is that this change should have happened on the last episode of MLW Underground. Should have happened there. Period. It should have happened there. They should have already shown the match, but they keep dragging this shit up. Now we've got to wait till whenever they decide to show it, either when they come back the 25th or the beginning of June. You know, the freaking taping happened in April.
Right.
When she, you know, when the match already happened, and we've seen Taya already in AEW a week before. You know, she was supposed to wrestle the girl and shit, Delmi, but you know that's what upsets me the most is like they taking so damn long to put these matches out there and just show it already, man. Like let's get over with this shit. We already know Taya left. You know, we've seen her wrestle, or she's already got beat already by who's the champion girl over there?
Jefe.
Yeah, Cargill. She already beat her, so that shit is already out the window.
All right, well, hold on one second. So with them bringing her title after the break and not before the break, right? Wait, so if they do it early from the comeback of the break, at least you're going in and you're seeing a title change fresh off of when you start watching again, instead of throwing everything out there and then not having anything really but matches after that. At least you get the title change.
Well, there's still some other title changes that are going to happen after this coming break.
Oh, I don't know that. So
there's still some. There's at least I think one more, maybe two more title changes still supposed to happen.
Take it easy. Calm down. Let's not just start throwing everybody under the bus here, Mr. Spoiler.
There's nothing about spoiler. This is the reason why you gotta stop with the damn tapings so damn long. A month. I mean, this shit happened in April, and we're already in the middle of May.
Well, I hate the break. The break.
The break is ridiculous, bro. Like this. I mean, and I don't know who to blame. If it's MLW or if it's Real's channel. What happened there with this bullshit 10-week or whatever contract that was? If it's true, you know.
Does anybody know what happened with the Bet Online? Because that was part of it, and I've heard nothing.
Well, they still show the Bet Online thing, don't they? The graphics.
I didn't pay attention. I was just curious because I know.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know. I just figure like a lot of sponsor stuff that, you know, you sponsor for either X shows or X, you know, so there'll be a, you know, Bet would be, I figure if nothing else, Bet would be a sponsor for that taping and then whatever comes out of that taping, you know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Chef Hair Products sponsoring this week's show.
You know, MLW Confusion sponsoring the Rites of Spring.
Yeah. The only good news that I've seen MLW this week has been that the May 25 show is going to be on 5+, and now they're going to put the Fusion show on 5+ now. Now you got 4 different days to actually watch the show. You can watch it on YouTube on a Saturday night, I think. You can watch it on 5+ and somewhere else on the Thursday. Then you can watch it on Saturday on Being Sports. So, I mean, you have like 3 different chances in the week to watch the show if you miss it. Plus, no more excuses. Oh, I can't find MLW. Damn it, the whole world has 5+ as an app. YouTube is worldwide as an app. I mean, so every phone has YouTube.
You completely shot over Taya and have no input on Delmi
screw Taya, man. I'm so sick with Taya already.
Okay.
It's old news. He's done with April. We're moving on. To,
Dude,
All right, so let's just say because Taya's AEW. Hold on, yo.
How many times have we talked about Taya
right?
in Delmi EXO? Like the last 6 podcasts we've done, we've mentioned the same shit.
But going forward, we do know that Mandy Leon's going to be part of July, right?
Yeah.
So
But we still that's the whole thing. We still don't know when it's gonna come out.
no
shows.
I hear you,
Episodes,
but they said certain names for July.
Yes.
Now we know Mandy Leon was part of these. We know Becca was part of these. We know
Mandy was part of
Brittany Blake is part of these.
Mandy Leon, your girl Mandy.
Huh?
Your girl Mandy.
Oh, what I'm saying, like we were just talking about, it seems like there might be a rotation, like Rob was talking about, going forward, because it seems like we might have pieces that continuously move forward with the product, and we're seeing them in July as well.
Yeah.
I would love a program with Delmi and Mandy Leon, because I think Mandy Leon is such a really good heel. I would like to see Becca because, and we've talked about this in the chat, I didn't know much about Becca until her first stint with MLW, and I started doing homework, and she's an amazing person to look at her body of work, right? Like, she's so fun to either dislike or like, and I like her. It's a lot of opportunities, I think, now coming with the women where we are seeing that steady stable of females. So going into this, Delmi has an uphill battle because I've seen a lot of her indie work with Becca, and Becca puts that work in. And then you got somebody like a veteran like Mandy Leon, and you're like, shit, like this isn't going to be just an easy cakewalk for Delmi EXO, and it's going to show. Is she ready to be that person? Because if she can't talk, Becca's going to smoke her. If she can't talk, Mandy Leon's going to smoke her. You know what I mean? Like, she better be able to come with that fire, because these girls could really bring it. And that's where I wanted to go with this. But you wanted to be Mr. Angry Old Man, shit on everything because you don't want to talk about Taya and Delmi. You got nothing to say off nothing I just talked about.
Dude, you just talk. That's you just blah, 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 blah.
That's what we do.
I guess that's the entire point of this, right?
That's what I thought, like, to talk. I mean, do you want me to sit here and look all pretty? Next time, I'll shave up, keep it clean, and just stand here like I'm way macho. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about the
Chef
important
Pimp
things.
the dog.
Whatever. The good news is 5+. That's the good news. 5+.
You know what, Rob? Anything that you feel off anything I said?
No, I mean, your statement's piggyback mine about wanting like a solid division, and like you just kind of phrased it differently in terms of making sure that Delmi, with her title reign, is ready for the whatever level of big time you want to call MLW, because obviously, I mean, Mandy Leon has got some stuff under her belt. Becca, I mean, I think she's going to be one of the next big women stars. Like, I think this year's Masha Slamovich, and the next year it's going to be Becca, because it's starting to come together for her, really, and she's getting around just enough to get some name value. So I think that if you're going to try to lock someone in, like, for her, now is the time to do it.
It's funny too. Like you mentioned, Masha Slamovich. She's in Impact, and she's so damn young, dude. I think she just like turned 22. I think 23, and her body of work, like, hopefully, if she ever becomes a free agent at Impact, MLW will pick her up. She will be an amazing addition to the women's division, and if they're doing the hardcore stuff that we've seen now, she'll fit perfect in there.
Oh yeah.
So she's in a lot of, like, especially in GCW, a lot of like hardcore crazy matches she's been getting herself into.
And she's their champ right now.
Okay.
So
Marta Slamovich?
Yeah, she's GCW champ at the moment.
Yeah.
Whoa,
yeah, man. Yeah, she beat Nick Cage, or?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
So
yeah,
she must be. I don't watch.
Yeah,
Watch the deathmatch stuff.
Yeah,
so she must be like really extra with it.
Yeah, she's like everywhere, bro. Like she'll go and she'll show up anywhere.
Yeah, and she's not just a deathmatchy person. Like she'll deathmatch, but I mean she's also strong styley, some technical stuff as well.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of her. I've seen her Impact stuff.
Yeah.
So
and she's young. She's like 21, 22, man. Like I was thinking like she was older, but she's like a young kid and doing all this type of violent matches. I'm like, good lord, man. Like with light balls and shit. Oh lord.
The girl that you like that's graduating high school.
Billy Starks.
Yes,
Billy Starks. She's not signed. That report was nonsense, right? Like no one has said nothing.
That's what Tony Schiavone said, or Jim Ross have said that shit.
Yeah, I don't. It's one of those. I don't think. There's another guy, someone else. Was it Nick Wayne? It's a similar deal where like they're still in high school, so they legally can't sign a contract. But for all practical purposes, they've been signed. It's just they're basically just waiting for 18 B-Day to show up and graduating high school.
I think they're waiting for Nick Wayne to actually turn 18 in June or July when he turns 18 to bring him into AEW. I think his teacher is AR Fox. No, who is his teacher?
I don't know. I know Alex Kane teacher was AR Fox.
Okay, so I know Nick Wayne. So his teacher wrestles in AEW. I can't figure out who it was, and he just beat him. I want to say like 2 months ago. So they tie 1-1. So I guess the plan is when he turns 18 is to bring him over to AEW and have that rubber match against him, the guy, and I can't remember who it was. And I think he's going to be perfect for the new AEW show, Collision. That's going to be now in June on Saturday nights. Because I think that's the show that we're going to see more of the less experienced wrestlers go there. Now, for the show for the 2 hours.
Didn't, what do you call it, become a free agent?
The Barnerics?
The Murder Hawk guy.
No, he's still there.
Lance
Hoyt. He's still there.
Because I thought I saw that he was a free agent.
That part I don't know.
Yeah, that one's news to me, but that's just news to me. I haven't dug very deep on that.
Yeah.
No, it's weird. Like I barely talk wrestling outside of this podcast or with you guys, right? Like otherwise I talk to most people about football and basketball. I go on Twitter and I get like 9 messages a day about who's a free agent, why I don't like them, and why I hate wrestling. And I'm like, I don't hate wrestling. I'm not a fan of a lot of people. So people assume that I hate everybody. But someone was like, yo, he's a free agent. Would you want him in MLW? And I was like, when did he become a free agent? So that's why I asked. I was like, oh shit, I heard this recently. Let me ask.
Well, you make fun of me that I watch wrestling every day. Now imagine Saturday night now with Collision now. I'll definitely be watching that.
Wait. So you watch Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Do I watch wrestling every single day? Now, if it's on TV, I'll watch it. If not like Monday Raws, Tuesday NXT, which I love NXT. Wednesdays is AEW. Thursdays used to be MLW. Fridays the SmackDown, and then on Saturdays it'll be Collision. And then on those days, Saturdays and Sundays, I'll be on YouTube watching some N.W.A. stuff from the 80s and 90s. Just like, you want some more Ric Flair, Four Horsemen, stuff, and I'll find something, bro.
I watch like maybe 2 hours of wrestling a week.
This is what happens when you're single and you're recovering from back surgery. You got nothing better to do than watch wrestling.
See, I've had to indoctrinate the wife, so I've had to figure out, okay, what does she like in real life? And let's find something wrestling related that I can hook her into. And so far, it's worked. So, but she's very specific. She'll watch kind of, sort of, whatever I want. But she gets tired of it unless it's. I'll just call them out. Chikara and Lucha Underground are her 2 favorites. Just because she's very much into the realm of fantasy and superheroes, and those 2 companies in particular really cater to a deep a deep continuity, a deep mythos. So like she's gotten sucked into those. But like I just watch, whatever, and then I'll drag her along like whenever the local promotion does their Saturday shows. So
obviously, looking behind me, I'm a big Joker guy, right? Like I have Joker stuff that I do everywhere. What is her take on Joker? I gotta know because I'm like,
I don't know. She's more into. I don't know. She doesn't do a whole lot of the mainstream continuity stuff unless it's Marvel, and even then, she's not like a full-on comic person.
Okay.
Per se, like she is a hardcore book reader. So her views on Joker just depends on whatever I'm ranting about, because Joker is one of my top comic book guys. And
I knew you were the man. I like this guy. I knew there was something about him I liked. I was like, man, we got the right guy. Maybe what?
His name is Rob, so it makes sense. Another Rob.
But you know what's crazy? No one calls me that except for like my mom. Like, and most of I have nicknames that the chef thing has been since like 1993. You know what I mean? Like, so when AB goes, oh, the real Rob, and I'm like, I don't know why, just call him Rob because nobody calls me Rob. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But listen, you got to admit, he makes great points, and I know we're saying it like what you right here. He makes great points. His transitions are perfect flow, and he actually somehow agrees with you, who was wrong 99% of the time.
Hey.
That's your answer is A? Hey,
man. It's not my fault.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, man. He said somebody got to do it. But so back to the AEW Collision, Saturday, June 17th, I think is coming out. And it's going to feature more people that, no more dark, no more elevation. You're going to see them on that show most likely. So, which is pretty cool.
Last thing I want to ask, because this is going to take us out of here. And don't make a face. Don't make a face.
Don't talk about nobody that I don't like.
Now, you like Delirious, right? Now, I know everybody's kind of touched on it, but Delirious is somebody I think brings something completely different to MLW, and we do see his name on the July card as well. So, what's your not your expectation for Delirious? Because obviously we know he's part of the Calling, but do you think he's just going to be the third guy of the Calling, or eventually showcase what Delirious could showcase? Because the guy is his own kind of entity. If I say that, he's kind of like to me, he's a solo act in a group now.
Well, I mean, he's like the fourth member of the Calling. Pretty much. I know him from Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
everything that he did in Ring of Honor, and then going into the back of the scene. A lot of the writing and producing stuff. So I don't know if that's what he's doing here in MLW. Is also like double hat, wrestling and producing stuff. So I don't know, but he's never been that big name to hold titles or nothing like that. Like he does.
Great wrestler though.
Yeah, he does his job. He brings people up. If it's somebody that's young, he makes them look good, or he gets doing. So I don't even know much about what he's gonna do in MLW, if he's gonna be working both sides. Well, part of the Calling will be a good thing now.
Because my thing was, and then Rob, please go. My thing with him is you don't see anyone in MLW that looks like him, right? Like he's such a different person, and like when you think of Matt, you might think of Matt Kruger. Matt Kruger was all strong style. You know what I mean? Like he was a physical monster. Where that's not this guy's game, and his match to me looks way cooler. Kind of looks like, and I forgot his name right now, but he was the guy in The Walking Dead that he was with this chick Alpha, and he had this great
Omega.
My guy, this is why we cool. So he kind of has that mask, and I was like, yo, he looks official. I like him from Ring of Honor, and I don't like Ring of Honor, but him here, I was like, I would like to see him in that middleweight division kind of thing to see if it could elevate, Jesus Christ. Yo, Rob, take it, because I'm going to just butcher up words right now.
I am a fan of the signing of Delirious overall. because he is a good cog to have. Like regardless, like wherever in the card, like he's not going to be someone who carries the company necessarily, but he can do pretty much whatever you want in the ring. Otherwise, like he can go fast. Like he is a manic ball of energy. You know, he is a very good technical wrestler. He's got a character. He stands out. And like I could waffle on his joining the Calling because like I say, like, well, he doesn't fit personality wise, but then again, where does he fit personality wise? He's been a part of so many. He has been part of so many groups in the past that, like, I mean, it's always been, you know, these stoic guys, and then here's Delirious talking like Delirious. You know, he was part of Age of the Fall, which is just Jimmy Jacobs, you know, extemporizing. He was part of the BDK in Chikara, which is a bunch of stoic faux German guys for the most part. You know, so I mean, on that front, like, he's not so much different in the Calling. And if the part of the Calling is supposed to be chaos, I mean, physically speaking, there is nothing more chaotic in the realm of wrestling possibly than Delirious. And again, he'll bolster, like, and if we're gonna, you know, talk about good bads, like, he'll put people over to like he will bring up matches, and he will put over whomever needs to be put over and make them look great in the process of doing it.
Like if you need a comedic relief match, you could have Delirious go up against Microman.
Oh, come on with this Microman stuff.
I'm just saying, you know, that's a comedic match right there. You know, first match, have people, you know, laugh about it, blah, blah, blah. That's what he does. You know, he could give you comedy, or he could be serious when he wants to be. But, you know, it could be, you know, we all hate Microman, for God's sakes. This would be a good chance.
Rob is a fan of Microman.
Oh,
Rob is a fan of Microman.
I am down with Microman.
Like he could chase Microman around the ring for 5 minutes. That'd be funny.
Though I remember Microman getting kicked in the head too, because I laughed way too hard at watching someone just like sucker kick Microman in the head, and he just falls down Family style, Family Guy style.
He takes the meanest drop kicks. I'll give him that. Right?
Like, he's just like dead, and it's way too funny to me. Like, I mean, that's just, you know, the bad person in me coming out. Just like it's hilarious.
Like hopefully in July the first match will be like the death of Microman, where somebody just like drops him and kills him out right there, kills the character, and throw in the garbage can somewhere, and that's it for Microman. He's gone. You know, like,
why not just kind of give him the Bram treatment? Let the Calling stick him in a trunk or something.
Yes. Just how you throw him in the garbage can, and you won't see him again for like 6 months.
That's what they should have done in that fatal 4-way trash can. That might have what happened in that, because I guess there was a real winner in that match, and then what we saw was they just cut off the match at some point when the Calling interfered. So for all we know, he's been
who won that match? Matthew Justice, right?
Yeah, no, because I think he was the only one. Well, for TV wise, I think he was the only one eliminated. I think it was Enzo. I think Enzo
won that match.
I don't know. I tried to stay away from a lot of spoilers just because it negatively affects my reviews. I feel like explicitly knowing what's going to happen, like takes some of the, you know, what little boyish wonder I have left in the wrestling business. But yeah, I think I vaguely remember reading like Enzo won it. But then again, if the Calling interfered, like, I mean, I totally believe it. As long as Manders doesn't win, like, I don't care. And he wasn't even part of the match, so he can't win it. It's fine. Just like, have no problems with the rest of the second gear crew. But Manders,
in wrestling, anything could be a possibility. So maybe he did win, and he wasn't even part of the match, and he won.
Booking right there.
You know how you feel about your little issue with Josef Samael, and Josef Samael used to go at you? I think that's what he has with Manders too. Like, there's this thing. There's an energy to you and Manders.
And you say, we'll see how this month ends, because Manders is coming home. May 27th, whatever the last Saturday is. He's coming home to home, air quotes, coming to Bluegrass, Iowa, to SCW Pro Battle Lines, also sponsored by MLW Confusion. Cheap plug on that. So I will be there, and Manners will be there. We will see what happens. It will probably end poorly for me.
Or just get a 6-pack and just, you know, share the drinks.
No, I didn't say that out loud, but he's actually a cool dude. So, but
all right, did we hit everything?
Yeah, you still didn't plug the show.
Oh, I forgot. You know what?
You always forget.
Bro, I'm at that point of my age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so listen, and I don't even need. You know what? I don't want to plug our shit. You plug your shit because I already forgot to plug our shit, which it's a mess.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rob.
I've been plugging my stuff all night. Tongue in cheek. I think I've referenced MLW Confusion, at least 3 times prior to this moment.
Really?
So,
well, yeah. I heard you say it once, like 2 minutes ago. That was the first time.
Nah, he said I know twice. I heard twice. I didn't hear
really?
Okay. It might have just been twice, and both of them were actually within sponsorships. But the old sponsorship, obviously isn't current anymore. Enjoy Wrestling's Rights Spring, but you can catch MLW Confusion on pretty much any audio podcast provider you prefer. The boys here at the Urban Wrestling Network pop up the show on YouTube. Usually on Mondays, or whenever I remember to send the link their direction, or announce that I've sent the link. Sometimes I just pack it into the folder and I don't say anything, and then it's like Wednesday. They're like, "What are you doing, Rob?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm putting the thing up on Saturday." But it's hosted by Spotify, what used to be Anchor FM, but where I'm on Spotify, I'm on Apple, I'm on Stitcher. So if you just type in MLW Con-Fusion, you'll find it somewhere. Well, I've been doing the podcast for like nearly 4 years now, 3.5 years now. So I've gotten some of the plug stuff down. I may not be professional in the rest of the stuff, but I can at least do an intro and I can do an outro.
I think we've been hitting 5 years and we still never do any type of plug because we don't forget to plug anything.
We're a mess. But you know what? We do got really good music from our homie, Mr. Great Cloud. So
yes.
I'll plug that as well because he blesses us with his music.
The only positive thing about the show.
Whoa! So I just waste my time and we just talk random nonsense. Listen, MLW Confusion, y'all already know what it is. Urban Wrestling Network. We do everything. We talk. We got this. I love having Rob on. We think we've said this before, but listen, for myself, the entire team, except for AB, because his punk ass is about to go on a Milk Carton because he likes to talk a little crazy and he's never around. He makes a million excuses. It is what it is. For myself, these 2 gentlemen here, or 1 gentleman and Muffins the Grouch, we out of here. Deuce.
They said gray paved the way, chased the rain, release the pain, least you sane, getting paid, trend setting, brighter days, doper raps, tighter sets, high and deadly, I'm a fighter jet, journey.